The Bible says, he that findeth a wife, findeth a good thing. And it's so nice, we're making love, and there's no sin. Hello? I'll be there shortly. I'm a qualified and certified technician. Hey, hey. A wife me call me on work and me office phone. Says she's needing me urgently at home. Is everything okay? I just need you to get here. Plenty to me, she's feeling miserable, and I'm the only man on earth that can ease her trouble. So when this girl just start to malfunction, pick up the phone and call the technician.
That's right. Good evening and welcome to another episode of Marriage Talk TT. My name is Ansel Bain and I'm your host as usual for this evening, Monday, the 7th of June, 2021. Yes, one of my daughters said the time is flying very, very fast, and that is so true, extremely fast. So hoping that you had a good day today, hoping that you had a fantastic weekend. So many adjustments over short spaces of time. People confused, people didn't even know that the hardwares are still closed. Then we found out that we have specific areas where hardwares are open. We have people now being confused about the vaccine. We have people just COVID-19, 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 and I know a lot of you guys feeling burnt out, even though you're not into the medical field, you're not an essential worker out there, maybe home, but you're burnt out because of social media and the things that are being posted, the things that you're hearing, and it could be frustrating and it could be tiring, and you could end up very much fearful. So I'm hoping that at the end of it all, that everybody will understand that had it not been for God by our side, and of course we thank God for the media professionals, but had it not been for God by our side, where would we be? Yeah. So a few things tonight. We have again, we have a wonderful couple as per usual. We're gonna chat a little bit about a topic that I believe is essential for marriage. We have an ad to run that I'm excited about, because this has been, if you hear the testimony behind this, and a few things we want to share as to what's happening. Remember 7895683, that's the WhatsApp number, 7895683. As you are on right now, you can go ahead and share the live, share it up. Good evening to Patricia and Marcia already on the inside. So I tried sharing on my phone. I don't know if anybody is experiencing an issue with anybody seeing this on their phone, something like this, or is it just me? I don't know. So I tried sharing and I got that right. So God's blessings to all of you who continue to support us, continue to look at this show, continue to pray for us. Before anything else, I want to highlight a situation that was brought to us. So there's a family with a daughter, and she's in school, and where they live at the moment, they have no electricity, absolutely no electricity. So the challenge is, the young ladies, it's very difficult for her to be online and go to school, to be part of the schooling. They tried by using their phones and as a hotspot, but because of where they're located, it's difficult. The internet keeps dropping, and it's frustrating. And tonight I'm calling out to you, Marriage Talk TT family. I'll bring it up again, but I want to share this early. For us, we are looking at approximately, I know a lot of people right now, tough times for everybody. You're not obligated, as I always say, but I'm putting it out there. We're trying to get a generator for this family. A simple thing as a generator will do a lot for them. A generator that would be able at least to be able to have their internet up and running, so the daughter could go to school, and have a refrigerator. At least it helps. I mean, for anybody here who would cook and you could save food and then eat it the next day, you need a refrigerator, and it will help. I mean, the mother, the parents, as a matter of fact, they speaking to them, you will never know they have a problem. They didn't even actually come to me. I found out through somebody else, and they are, still loving God and serving God. But I know for a fact, in behind their mind, it's difficult to have your daughter struggling like this to go through schooling. So we're looking at least $5,000. I think we could get a 3,000 or 3 kilowatt, 3,000 watt generator is what we're looking for. Preferably, I think gas. And we could get that. I know we could get that. So I just showing out there. I'll remind you guys again. We're looking at least $5,000. We will get the generator. We will show receipts. All that we need to do. We will not photograph the actual people, but we'll show, as much evidence as we can. We will get this generator for this family so that they can live at least, plug in a fan, have a light, no electricity, no water where they're catching rainwater. So guys, we could do this. I know we can do this. So yeah, giving you about 2 seconds just to share the live real quick and give me some feedback. Let me know that you're hearing me. The audio is okay. Right, Danica, good evening. Priceless Pearl, Amanda, good evening. Anointed and appointed. Ground control, blessings to you. Right, so if you hear me, just show me a thumbs up or just say yeah, hearing you loud and clear. So as mentioned before, we have this family, this lovely couple that I have a lot of history with, and it's so funny. I think when God wants to place people in your life, you cannot run from it, you cannot hide from it. And the funny thing is, this gentleman I met through another gentleman who happens to be his brother, and now I am more in touch with this gentleman than his brother, and I believe it was for a time like this, and it gives me pleasure to introduce to you guys Mr. and Mrs. Birkette. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ansel. Thank you for having us, man. I appreciate that.
Thanks for saying yes.
We don't have it any other way, man.
So here now, before we actually get into how you guys met and all that last wedding that you all went to, whose idea was that for the dress code? You see, I was hoping that somewhere along the line this time we could have break the cycle and we were here, nah, the man did this. So it was your idea. You came up with the whole
Yes.
Alright, so you guys actually
It wasn't supposed to be like that initially, but it just worked because we went to the friend, but she went to a seamstress, and I went to my tailor, and it came out like that, man.
Nah, but you guys look good. You guys look really
Thank you.
Yeah.
Actually, coincidentally, that was my brother's wedding, the same one.
Oh yes, Mr. Stouts. Good evening to you, sir. Memories were the other day I saw some images and I said, well, 2010, I think it was 2010, 2011 is when I would have met you guys, you and your brother. And I only met Kezia maybe last year or so.
Yes.
So actually, you guys got married. During that time, I think is when Kessa told me, hey, Siobhan get married. Because when I met you the first time, you were single. Yeah, when I met you the first time, you were single. If I'm not mistaken. So let's hear a little bit how you guys met. First and foremost, how long you guys married now?
9 years.
9
already
years.
feels make it 10 years.
So you see, I was on the button. I knew it was 2010, 2011, somewhere there. Yeah. I got the call from Kessa excited, but Siobhan getting married. Right? So, so tell us how you met.
Well, I will go first. We basically met when we were in UAE. Coincidentally, we went to the same primary school. Well, I went to San Fernando Boys Government. She went to San Fernando Girls Government, which is basically up the hill, down the hill. But we never ever saw each other even back then. We never noticed each other, so to speak. Back then, she just studying my Marvel pitch. Anyway, for me anyway. So, but coincidentally, her sister and I was on Milner Hall together. And she came to visit her sister one day, and that's when I first saw her and the interest developed. So that's a very short vision of how and where we would have met.
So Hannah, that's truthful. It was so simple. Okay, so he just saw you and so one time first. So this is a typical case, a real case, love at first sight.
To an extent.
Or like
I banned him from giving part of the story because he tells everybody part of the story and I don't like it.
Is it fact?
He can go ahead and give that part of the story.
But we want to hear the real thing. We want to hear the real. We want to hear as people, so we want to hear the juice. You understand? So we are lobbying. If we get at least 5 people to say on the chat, which I'm struggling to get up because my phone is giving real problems. We are lobbying for at least 5 people on the chat to say, tell it as it is. So just comment below, tell it as it is, and we gone. I don't know. Is it that anyhow? I don't know why I'm feeling like it for Kessie. Kessie fell head over heels in love with you, and she don't want that part. Is it that?
I will give you these somewhat summarized version because that will take us more than an hour, to be honest with you. So we saw each other back then, and I mean, I was interested. I didn't know who she was because I saw her, and then she repeatedly came coming in, and then I was like, so yeah, I saw her before, and then oh no, actually I remembered in my department she was on hold with another classmate of mine at back then. So we would go to visit that classmate, and then I would see her on Trinity Hall, kind of thing. And then, yeah, our interest peaked. And we started, just hanging around each other, putting myself in place so she could see me from time to time. And the guys would be just run into each other. And I have a very, very good partner from Barbados called Mr. Rorik Adams. One day we were just chatting and all. He's like, Siobhan, so what going with you and Kezia? I was like, what do you mean? He's like, I don't know. So he said, what do you mean you don't know? You had to know. So I say, well,
chain up.
This man making sense way because I just going in this thing and I have no idea what was the outcome. So I said, I muster all the courage I could have gotten. I remember the block of concrete it was behind LRC.
By JFK
there. And I said, Cousin, I really like you and everything. And this is chain up for my partner. Everything was going nice before this. Chain up. Nice, I tell you, nice.
Lord, don't tell me it's blanking and blanking. Well, go ahead.
Well,
go ahead. I find you leading up. You're kind of leading up to that kind of. But let's hear.
I said, girl, I really like you. And, I really want to know if, we can become a little more serious and if you could be my girlfriend, basically.
Oh, Father.
And so, I thought that was the best thing since sliced bread. So I thought it was a drop of the finger. Yes, this girl watch me in my 2-eye answer way. And kind of hesitate to talk by watch down to the ground and watch back. She said, I like it too, but
not yet.
Not yet. And so I didn't hear anything else but no.
No, I said not yet.
All I know is they get blank.
I know that she said more than no, but that is all I remember hearing. And I was so ashamed.
Was there a reason, Kezia? Was there a reason why you paused?
Yes, there was a reason. Because we were at that stage where even I was doing my first degree. So I was still at a place where, you're just trying to figure out things. And I know eventually what I wanted to do would land me out of the country for a little while. So it was really a time I needed to figure out, what I was going to do in every aspect of my life. So I wasn't ready yet but I very much liked the young man. But I wasn't at that space yet, to say yes. That's because I didn't know where life was taking me at that stage.
And I think.
So all that sounds good, right? But I didn't. This is almost like the first time I hear this right? Because none of that registered
at the time.
No, I'm very sure a lot of people will agree. I'm very sure a lot of people agree right now that somewhere the story kind of sounding. So I have a responsibility to the people tonight. So I want to go back. She came to visit her sister, right?
Yeah, she came to visit her sister, yes.
You saw her, and you realized you're attracted to her, right?
Yes.
You all started talking and stuff like that.
Yes.
But somehow we just jumped through that. Like, how? Was a phone call? Was it through the sister? I mean...
Well, actually, a specific situation he always reminds me of. He was playing the fool on hole, swinging, and he missed his catch. And what happened to him? It was what?
I dislocated my wrist. So my wrist was like basically an S. So I had a cast on my hand all that time.
And at that time, the logo boat was in the country.
Logos, yeah.
So we used to go, everybody had planned as a group to go there. So I liked him at that point as well. So I would have helped him held his hand to help him get on the boat because my boy in a cast. So he was like, "Oh, this girl around taking care of me nice and sing."
Yeah, that was for me, and so that sign of because she took the day off basically to come because Logos was on Dock Road, next where Hyatt is now, and incapacitated to an extent with a cast. And she came and she held all my bags and helped me cross the road by breakfast shed there, and
She
these
treat
little
you like
things
a
that
she treat you like a perfect woman, right?
yeah boy, yeah boy,
Right?
and,
Can I represent
to be
fellas?
honest,
Fellas,
I
look at
babied him until I babied him.
clearly.
and there was one time again a group of us, she invited a group of us, all, everybody from one home, not everybody, but the group that we still time together from home to come home here for August vacation. And that in conjunction with this, which was where she lives south, Princestown, past Princess New Grant at the time. So we all decided we will meet in Princestown and she would take her across to home and that kind of thing. And so this might sound kind of way I there and I see this young lady crossing the road with two handbags of grocery boy. And I tell myself, yeah boy, I can get accustomed to this boy. And truth be told, Ansel, that was the other solidifying factor. When I say, yeah boy, this young lady got handle herself in the kitchen too, boy. This could go places, boy. So honestly, those were the two um events that kind of
I would have been
nudged me forward,
intimidated
so
by
to
the
speak.
way. I would have been intimidated. I would have said, but I can't get so much trouble. I can't get so much trouble at all. You understand? I next thing you know, I try to play riding up myself and playing ranking thing for this woman and it's cuff the face and body slam again. I would be a little concerned. You know?
Yeah.
And you guys got married on what date?
1st of January
Yeah,
2012.
New Year's Day.
New
Right.
Year's Day.
So let's get to the proposal now. How we reached to marriage?
Wow. Well, he probably could give the chain process of thought of his
Yeah.
decision. But growing up as a teenager, I had a really close, tight knit group of girlfriends that we grew up in church together. And one of my girlfriends told me, no, it's not for everyone, but it made sense to me at the time. She said she has a 5-year rule. And that is when you're younger, of course, and you have 5 years to tease out relationships, of course. We were younger then. And she said that she has a 5-year rule. She's like, if it is we are together for a period of 5 years and we're not sure we are at that point, then the relationship makes no sense because 5 years is a lot of your life to figure out if you're going to go to the next level with someone. So I always remember my girlfriend telling me this, and believe it or not, her and her now husband of over 10 years, it worked out fine. So when I met Siobhan, of course, I would have been at an older age at that time, but I still believed in the 5-year rule. I think 5 years is a lot to get to know somebody. Of course, that is when you're at a still younger age. It may be different based on the age you meet someone, of course. It may be shorter, it may be longer.
Right.
So when I met Siobhan, I said, babe, I believe in this 5-year rule. We get to know each other, no rush. But if after 5 years you're not sure you want to marry somebody, I mean, it ain't making sense. But we, of course, we got to know each other. I went to study in Barbados for a period of time. And it was after I would have finished, or the year I finished my final year of my second degree. That was when he proposed. I wouldn't forget because that was the week I graduated in 2010.
Well, you couldn't wait, boy. Well,
2010.
yes.
On the 24th of October, because it was my birthday, is when he proposed.
The day after.
The day after,
Yeah.
because we went to dinner.
Yeah.
But I had no idea. I really had no idea. I had no idea. And that was under the 5 years, by the way.
Yeah.
We didn't have many 5-year period.
But the thing about it is that Ansel, I already, I mean, because marriage is not something to be entered in lightly. And I prayed and fasted for a while, and I really believe that because he was the one for me. So, I mean, that's why it made it a bit easier because, as she said before, she would have been out of the country for a couple of years in Barbados, and actually she went to Canada for a semester as well. And back then, I had no 4G and
Or Skype.
It had Edge. For those who remember Edge speed, right? And you're fighting up on Skype, boy, to talk to this girl in Canada, and they, watch my
You
answer.
can't make a mistake because
Boy.
you don't know what it is she might be saying, and you miss a whole piece.
Boy, as far as I could say, because Canada is a big place, Southern Barbados is a big place. I wonder if this girl still like me and all kind of thing going through my head. But we kept connected, and I knew what I wanted, but I didn't want to confuse her life in terms of getting married while I know she was at school. So I knew what my plans were, and when she came back and everything, and she said she graduated, I already made up my mind. So I mean, it made some kind of old school. I went and I spoke with her dad and her mom actually, because I got her out of the house a day. I remember some errand they get her run to send her on, and I went home to both her parents. And I mean, that's one good thing. My father-in-law, because people have so many stories about in-laws, but I could honestly say my in-laws are the best boy. My father-in-law is like my friend, and I would go to them and we could sit down and chat whole day. You understand? And I spoke with them and I laid my cards on the table and they say, "Oh, once it is that you sure."
Tell him what daddy told you.
Yep. So after I lay out this nice speech and everything, and because my wife is a very strong-willed person. She's very sure about herself, and for some people that could be intimidating to a point. She's very assertive. So after but I would have known this from way before. So after I sat and I poured my heart out, my father watched me and said, sure about this, right? I tried to figure out.
You love me, you really love me.
Trying to figure out what this man knows something I don't know. What going on here? So I said, boy, what should I do? I mean, 1 second, please.
Wait, what?
He's right in the corridor.
I love it. You want to sleep?
Yeah, boy. So I decided that I going through this thing and so I came and I put thing I decided to do everything. So her birthday was on the 24th of October. I mean, I am a kind of private person, and well, they had the birthday party and everything. All her friends came over and nothing happened. So if nothing happened at the birthday, then nothing happening at all. You understand? So I decided to go through with my plan, which I did. I went to Faria Suites and I made arrangement to do the whole proposal and everything there. So I went and I spoke with the chef and everything. And it so happened that particular night we went to dinner, there was only one other couple in the restaurant, boy. So it's almost like I rented out the entire space, right?
Yeah.
So she walked in there and she only see one other couple. She always say, boy, this man balling, boy. This man get the whole spot. Not knowing it was totally coincidental, right? So we went across and I went to the chef before and I gave him the ring. So he put the ring in between the bread because we had some bread as appetizer, Italian bread and that kind of thing. And so they brought over the food and everything, and we talking casual. I trying to not give away any hints as far as she concerned. It was a birthday before there was a public celebration. I just wanted to spend some time in a private setting, and that's all there was to it basically. So, we started to eat, and she found the ring, and it was only then and there that I think it became real to her, because I mean we were having talks all the time before, but without leading on as to when and how serious I was, because I mean I don't think she would have found wrong if she didn't think it was heading in the direction. But that very night when it became real is when she saw the ring, and I can't remember.
And that time frame would have been from the time you actually said, well, you're blanking first, Cassie.
Yeah.
So at what point did you say you are ready? How long after? After the first blank.
I think.
It's a blank. Call it forward.
It would have been.
And that's why I tell she trying to sugarcoat it and
it's a blank.
It's blank. And so like this is no joke. You see that same spot. Whenever I pass through you, I don't walk on that spot again. That's no joke, Ansel.
Yeah, I agree.
I was torn. When I went back on all my partners, because the man who chained me up, he was how he go on.
Yeah.
I went and sleep. That's like that was it. That was it. So I mean, it was hard for me, but it was real hard.
So what a year after?
So how
2
long
years?
was it?
It was a year actually,
Yeah.
actually after 2006. I remember December.
So you had to approach him?
Right. Well, then he was kind of getting closure for me because I was like, he could have come back again. And he was taking a long to come back
Yeah.
now.
So
So
come back,
He
he
shot me.
might get blank the first time. To come back for the next blank. That will mash up the man's self-esteem.
resilience.
Resilience, wisdom. That's what that is called.
Wow, wisdom.
Yeah.
Wisdom. That's what it is, Ansel.
So I had to, tell him, hey, it's about time, you can ask again now. That was a year later.
Now I saw. Let me go through some comments. One in particular that I'm seeing here. Didi is saying, "Olia, I'm willing to bust their files."
Hey!
I'm joking. Let me be here before she snaps my neck. But here what? I find Didi 7895683 send a voice note. Right now we playing it.
Not necessary, Didi.
7895683. Anything you
I
feel.
think it is.
It is the Didi you think it
Whatever
is.
that Didi says is not. She's the crazier of the three of my
Listen,
mothers.
I taken her word for it. I interviewed this young lady once and she's very credible. So listen, 7895683.
Crazy people to put on very sane
Please
faces,
send, please send a voice note. We want to hear that voice note, right? Winston
Just
said,
remind Didi that we know where she lives, right?
Remind her we know where she lives.
and look, Winston is actually supporting. Winston is saying, do it, Didi. Do it. Let me have it.
Hey, see that fellow call Winston with friends like that, Ansel.
Rian, well, of course, you can't have Winston without Rian in this bacchanal here. So Rian says, bust the files. Bust it. You understand?
And I can hear her saying it in the same tone.
Rian says, Shiv get friend zone. No. Rian, that is not friend zone. Friend zone is still a kind of a place where, I don't know why. I find, well, yeah, you get friend zone. Like try to make it nice, but I just want to kind of reiterate the point that you get blank. That's the whole thing. You get blank.
And every time I say that, because she's telling me as hurt her feelings, but it's blank. I get blank as well.
Nah. But I mean,
but yes.
I mean, but look at it now. 9 years later, all up aside, and how much children?
Two.
Right. So you're well inside.
You're 60.
You're well inside. So you see, right? You get through. Right, so guys, let me just shout out a few people on the live. We have Kimberly Birkette, so I'm guessing that has to be
Hi,
found.
Kimberly.
That is my cousin.
So Kimberly, if you have files 2789568, you're listening.
Kimberly, be good. Better than that.
Hey, Omar V.
Good, Kimmy.
Omar V, blessings, bro. Kieran Fritz, good evening to you. Cynthia Bain, my mom, Marcia Bompard. Good evening to you guys. Adelia Bonter, she says, I don't know this couple, but I like them. Right? Ground Control, good evening to you. Sherman Stephen, good evening. Blessing. Remember, guys, you can share the live. Just share it. It's simple, you know. People don't really need fed up hearing that when somebody go live. But you see, we wanted to spread. Make sure we go live in this night little corner, enjoy this whole session, and keep it to ourselves. Right? So we want to share up the live just a little bit. Now, tonight we want to touch on this whole issue of compatibility. There is the belief, let me don't say there's the belief, but let's there are scenarios where you would hear people may be unfaithful or they get attracted to somebody outside the marriage. And sometimes you hear things like, it's almost as if they liked what I liked, so I got attracted to them. We are so alike that we get attracted to them. My wife don't like to watch these kind of movies or whatever it is. So it could come across as though the ideal thing is to be compatible. So I want to find out from you guys and from your point of view, in every aspect of the word compatible, I'm talking about being compatible to the finest detail. Is that necessary for a relationship to work? Like in every aspect of your...
Necessary, no, and truth be told, that is not the case in point here. I could be as rude as this is not the point in terms of total compatibility. No, sir.
Go ahead.
Yes.
The question?
Yeah, because I mean,
yeah, right. I wait to go in, man, go in. You tell me.
Okay, for
Well, the case
example,
is,
we
right, I
have
want to
different
hear.
interests.
Right?
We have different interests,
We want
right?
details.
And
We want
that's
details.
fine because I
We want
support him.
details. We want details. Different interests. Name one.
Okay, for
Name
example,
one.
right? Um, my husband is not, everybody is different. His personality is not the lovey-dovey type,
Right.
right? And I guess I'm a romantic to an extent,
Very much.
but I think over the years, I've learned to accept the love that he gives in the way that he knows how to,
Right.
and I actually get him to that extent that I know, okay, this is how he shows love, and I respect that, because I know this is the way he expresses
But
himself.
was that
And
a one time get it? You know, one,
no,
how
no,
did
no,
that
no, no,
work
no,
out
no.
though? Because this is
Because
feelings here.
so,
This is, you could easily misinterpret that to mean that this man don't like me, just not attracted to me, don't love me.
no,
Yeah.
because he's not a big talker, to express his feelings or whatever. But he shows his love in different ways. And I think it took me a couple of years into our marriage to understand, okay, this is the way he shows love. And I actually grew to appreciate the way he shows love, you know? And to an extent we're similar in that I like affection, but I don't always like affection.
Yeah.
And so we kind of balance each other. Sometimes, I'll go, yeah, you're not loving enough, cuddle, whatever. And he tries, he makes the effort. The point is that he makes the effort to meet the needs that I have in that regard.
In one aspect, way different because I'm not somebody that would celebrate things, right? So before I met Kezia, I would go to work on my birthday. I would simple things like that, right? And when I met, I realized this girl that celebrate everything, like everything answered. So after I met, I started having to take days off for my birthday. We would celebrate other people's birthday, any little minor milestones in our lives that we would have accomplished. She would make a big issue out of it. And I was like, what's going on here? And let me give you, for example, I like cars. I like cars. I like off-road stuff. I like speed. I like not in a reckless way.
Yeah.
But I heard this analogy once, and I thought it was very apt. This is no means to compare women to cars or anything like that. Just an example. Just say I like orange juice. So I like orange juice myself. I will get the very best orange juice there is on the market to buy. And because I really like my car, I wanted to perform well, I would say, hey, what, the best thing on the market is orange juice. I like this, I'm gonna give my car orange juice. So I fill orange juice in my tank. It's not gonna work out. And as she said, I needed to learn her in terms of how she accepted love, because I could have given her orange juice because I like orange juice. It doesn't mean that she would accept it as love. She might say, this sort of thing this man giving me, this man get acid reflux. So he don't love me. But I realized that love is not, you don't necessarily show love how you receive love. And that's where the love languages came in. And I took years to learn that answer. I say, but I buy nice things for you. I give in her space because I'm a kind of person. I grew up, I was an only child for a couple of years before my brother after me came. So being by myself, not an issue. I will spend the whole day by myself, and that's another thing I had to change after meeting her, right? Because she's kind of the one who she will like little hugs, spend time by answer.
Yeah.
Spend time. So these are the things that we weren't compatible at all. We were showing each other we loved each other, but it was a different love language. So we were missing each other all the time.
What's the thing you guys saying? It took you guys years, to work on it, and years, and it's sad. And I mean, everybody is different, but it is sad that you would hear stories of persons encountering this once in their marriage, and that is it. There are no years to work out nothing. Once I realize that we off with this, that's it. You go your way, I go my way. And I think, for me, the point here is, I think we need to get back at the place where we work on our marriage. I wanna believe, this is my personal observation and listening to people, is that divorce has become so acceptable and easy that you no longer feel that you shouldn't. It is now an option. It's now an open option. If I feel like this isn't working out, I have this option where I could just get divorced. We no longer try to work things out, and I use that in a general because again, hearing feedback from different couples, and it's amazing that you guys talk about the years that you know it took. And I want to encourage people out there. It's not going to happen overnight. Some people, by the snap of the finger, I don't know, things change. God could transform a man, transform a woman. I can't change God. I can't challenge God in that way. He's God. He's sovereign. But understand that, hey, you make a commitment to get into this relationship. Things take time. Don't just run out on it. You know, don't just give up on it because you're feeling left. And listen, a lot of you people outside, they stop listening to your friends, your miserable friends on work. Ladies, stop listening to your miserable single friend on work who can't keep a guy. Stop listening to these people who always pushing the idea that, boy, marriage, not me and marriage. And this kind of thing, you know. Work on your marriage, work on it. You know, I saw a voice note coming here from a foreign number, and no, it's not a foreign number. Oh, afraid to play that voice note unless I'm sure. So, Didi, if this voice note is you, let me know. Are we unleashing it? For sure, we unleashing it.
Release the dogs.
Yeah, let me know. Let me see. Didi, just say the word. Just let me know it's you, Didi. And we drop in the files. Right, so up until this point, before reaching to this place of maturity in the relationship, what were some of the things, conversations you think, if you could recall, may not be in detail, some of the conversations you would have had in order to understand each other? You know, for example, well, I realize you don't show affect. What kind of you guys had conversations, or you just realize one day things just get better? How you guys worked on it?
For me, I think it was reiteration, because sometimes I would notice that she would say the same things over and over and over and over. And this is not to sound cliche, but if you hear the same thing over and over and over, even though you think there's no merit in it, the fact that it keeps coming up, I think it should be important enough for you to pay a little more attention to it. And I might think, I good, this is not a problem, I doing my best. So if you can ask me for better, I'm my best. But as we said before, we were missing each other. And I just came to a point where I realized that if we kept doing what we both thought was right, then we would keep missing each other. So for me, it just started by hearing the same thing over and over and over. I mean, sometimes some people say it's nagging, but I don't consider it nagging, because if somebody cares enough to speak something to you that, because my whole thing is answered is that, why is she saying it? Is it that she wants to make me a worse person or a better person? And that's kind of the crux of how I treat with information.
What about the how? What about the how?
Anyway.
Do you think the how had a big part to play? The how she repeated it?
I think yes, because to be honest with you, initially, I mean, something we both get upset from time to time because we're being real.
Yeah.
Right? We do always come, love, I'm very sorry. This is a real way deal with that, right? And I sometimes had to ask
He's
God to
the calmest
this, right?
of the two of
I'm the
us, I
calmer
will
of the two.
admit. And it took me a while to reach to, to like, okay, because his thing is, he always says we're not enemies. Let's discuss it. Yes, you're angry, but we still have to have rules of engagement when we are not pleased or not happy.
Yeah. For example, there are certain words you don't use. Initially, when we get upset, we'll probably just walk away. You know what? I can't deal with this now. I walk away. And I realized it was kind of counterproductive.
Yeah.
So we kind of set ground rules. Yeah, what? If you're upset, one, there are certain words we don't use when we're upset. Two, there are certain gestures, there are certain, not just what you say, but how you say it.
And try not to speak when the other is speaking.
Yeah. So
and try to listen to understand, not to defend.
Right. So that's another thing. Sometimes we listen just to respond. All right. So you talking. Right. I'll let you talk. And when you finish, I just bolt out whatever I have to say. So there's no proper communication, there's no effective communication taking place. It's just words just flying all over the place. And after a while, I realized it's just wasting time. I mean, it may sound kind of way, but we both went counseling before we got married. And one thing I took away from that was that, like for example, initially, this is what we did. We haven't done this a very long time, right? Because I think we kind of built it. So what we do is that, okay, who has the pen in the hand as the person who has the floor. So it's no cross talk. So it's not because I can shout louder than you, that mean I get a chance to talk. So I would say what I have to say. And when I'm finished, I pass it to her, she holds it.
And
then
actually using this physical object eventually allowed you to not depend on it. You reached a point where you could do it without having a reminder.
Yes, correct. So
And one of the things that we did as well that I won't forget, I don't know if you remember, we had written down like certain things needs that we needed to meet for each other, and we both signed it and we put it on the fridge as a reminder. So the fridge is something you use a lot. So anytime we go to the fridge, you would see it and it's signed by both of us. So it was a constant reminder of the promises we made to each other.
To meet each other's needs. Not just making sure that you're good, but in a sense making that the other person is good.
And the thing is, you see, and that's why I want to reiterate again, working on stuff. I think it's easy to believe that this is, we're going through a lot before I get married, we got to go through all this set of work. Listen to me. People make it sound as though the work that you put in a marriage is from in the morning you get up till they go to sleep at night, you just sit down working out every single thing. When people talk about working on your marriage, it just says that the issues or the areas that need work, it needs constant work. It don't mean that your marriage is so bad that you're going to try to find every little thing and work on it. So it sounds very tiring if you look at it that way. But understanding what the differences and the issues between the marriage is easy. And it's not something that is an outright physical working. Now, Kezzy and Siobhan, they doing some stuff that I like. That who knows? That we could probably apply it here. These are things that we, in our home. Again, marriage talk is not us coming to or bringing couples to tell you guys that we bring any couples who know everything and once you listen to them, problem solve. This is just us bringing different people to kind of reiterate the fact that marriages go through stuff and there are ways to work through it. So you don't have to make it sound like if it's when we hear the word work, like it's, oh gosh, boy, why getting married? Because I remember posting marriage as work and somebody commented below, that is why they're not getting married. Something I said and I just put below, marriage is work. And the person said, oh, that is why I'm not getting married. And I found that to be, because you would work through life. You would work on hopefully, you would work on relationships, you would work on communication issues with your boss or whatever. When it comes to marriage, it's almost as if once you get married, once you get married, I believe people feel, once we get married, it's supposed to be smooth sailing and we shouldn't have to work on nothing. That's fairy tale. But I guarantee you, the more you work on your marriage, there are many times you would sit and look back and look at yourself and realize, oh wait, certain things we used to argue about, or the length of time we used to argue for. You understand? And you started, be encouraged. You see growth. So work on your marriage. I know make it feel like a marathon.
I want to give you one time that this thing worked that I was amazed at how good it worked. I remember we were both upset. That's early in the marriage, early 1 years, and I tell you, bad vex answer. We ain't talking normally, messaging a day, how they going. I ain't no message, no call,
and if
no
my
text.
husband doesn't message me for the day, he real vex.
That's this.
Because he is still, when I am still trying to hold on, but if he ain't message me, that means he real vex with me.
So until I go into work and I decide, boy, I real vex. She should be the one. But during the day, I have some quiet time and I sit down and I think over this thing and I say, well, sure, I don't think I made the right decision, but I don't think the way you reacted was good. So I done wrong, and she know I wrong. So she prime, she set for me answer. And I come in this door, boy, and I just watch this woman in her face, and I know here what's going on now. Is everything she have in here tell her, we're going to come out there.
Yeah. Process.
And God, with this wisdom, I say, because yeah, but before you start asking something, tell you. I say, girl, I'm sorry, I make her real out, buddy. I make her real out. I should not do that. I should not say that. And so this girl watched me, like she more vexed, like
because she was ready to deal with you, and you come down, you kill that whole vibe.
How you going to throw a bucket of water on this flame now? Why are you supposed to do it all inside unplanned? And that was just a moment I was like, wow, boy, this thing could really work if you work it, boy.
Yeah.
I mean, it take a while for it to get down, but
Yeah.
it was way less volatile than it could have been. You know what I mean?
And I mean, a peaceful home, there's nothing like a peaceful home. People, there's
Yeah.
nothing like a home where there's peace. My wife and I,
Correct.
Carissa and I still work on stuff. There are
Yeah.
still a lot of areas where both of us as individuals still have to work on. But I think, and she mentioned it, Carissa mentioned it sometime, that we came a long way. And it's good to sit
Yeah.
down and say that and acknowledge your growth. And especially in each other too. You know, acknowledge when you see growth. So here what I want to do, I want to pause on it, and so just to share some information. So we chatted with Mr. and Mrs. Birkette, and a lot of people enjoying the discussion. So people said work comes before success in every aspect of life. Yes, great points by Carl's. Somebody tagging somebody here with the same last name, so I guess wife tagging husband, something like that. I don't know, boy. Look, thing, right? Right. Love it. Listen to understand. Right. So thanks for the feedback, guys. Thank you so much. There are some faithfuls on here that have been listening to Marriage Talk and viewing Marriage Talk and supporting us from the get go, and we thank God for you guys. You know, we really, really thank God. You make an effort to tune in. So on the 19th of June, which when you hear the 19th, every Trinidadian knows holidays and things. So you know the 19th and holiday. You know that if you didn't know it, right? Right now, although holidays not even people even taking it on. But the 19th of June, we have the Boys to Men Summit, right? A Boys to Men Summit, and it's hosted by Mended Men's Ministries and Director Randall Rodney. Along with him, his son Israel Rodney and myself will be a host for that evening. And we'll be chatting with folks like Christian Dick, drummer extraordinaire, Rondell Fields, who has been a voice for men in particular. He has changed now from just being the single fathers, but men in general. Daniel Loveless, what you know, yeah? And we have Dr. Castle from the US is going to be sharing with us. And there you can see on the left hand side, right above my picture, you see every male needed. Yes, an initiative, Amended Men's Ministries, Church of God of Prophecy, Trinidad and Tobago, June 19th at 10 a.m. I want to encourage you, all the men, listen, you got to study seating. You understand? Come, get prepared, live on Facebook, put aside the time, 10 o'clock, put an alarm on your phone, whatever you need to do, and sit and take in. This is going to be a blessing. Boys to Men Summit. The name itself says it all. At the end of the day, what we want to see is growth and development. And the Bible instructs us as men and as women, the older to teach the younger. This is going to be a blessing. So pay attention to that. We'll be looking forward to that June 19th at 10 a.m. Also, again, I mentioned earlier about the situation with the young lady where we're trying to get a generator for a family. I am estimating when we did our research about $5,000 to $6,000 for a proper generator so that they can have electricity. The daughter at this point cannot take part in online schooling properly because of the lack of electricity at their home. They have been trying with phones to get connectivity, it's not working out. If they get they had a generator before that, they got borrowed, and plain talk, the person took it back, right? The person took it back, so now they are in need of a generator. It will work for them. When I think about people in need, I think about what they need and think about how I would feel if I got it. And to know that you probably candlelit lamps, darkness, not even a fan you can, and then to get a generator and you could at least put on at least one light in the house, that would be a blessing. So I want to encourage us, please help us to help this family. We're looking at again between $5,000 to $6,000, or if you have a generator, 3,000 watts, single phase generator, gas, just call us and we'll find a way and come and get it. So if you could do that, we could have a 100 people give $50, we could have 50 people give $100, we could work out all the math, so we could have one person give 5,000, or we could just have that person with that generator and say, you know what, that is generator, and be a blessing. Right? Another great thing happened today, and I want you to pay attention to this video and to all those in the East. This one is for you. My video gone. Hold on. That's right, Living Legacy Pharmacy out there in Arima, opposite the Arima Boys RC School. Check them out in Arima. I went there today with Carissa. We went today. We purchased some stuff, friendly stuff. The place sweet, the place nice. It's inviting, it's encouraging. And Carissa, I want to get the nice little. We got a nice little bag. Listen, the place. A fantastic place. You have the little, got rid of it, right? So they package it. Listen, check them out. Living Legacy Pharmacy, 744 Life, I think it is, right? Check them out, people. Go across over to Arima, call them up. We know the owner for some time now, and before she actually opened the pharmacy, we have been getting great advice for our children. She has been assisting us. She knows her stuff. Listen, she knows her stuff. Living Legacy Pharmacy, check it out. Open today. It opened their doors. They opened their doors today at 7 a.m. And we're excited about what God is going to do through them for the city of Arima. So check them out. If you're in Arima, no other pharmacy. None. No other. But Living Legacy Pharmacy. So back to our friends, Kezzy and Siobhan. Yeah, so you all have pet names? I think Kezzy may be one. Because Kezzy is
He calls me Kez.
I call her Kez. Everybody I know calls her Kizzy. Yeah. I have always called her Kez.
And I call him Shiv.
Hey, I'm trying to ball. But I know.
And his family calls him Chevy.
Yeah, but I know
Yes,
there's another friend, a friend of yours that he has another name for you. And that's Mr. Watts. So I know Mr. Watts has another name for you, and I think it's what is it Birkette? I think it is.
Yes, Mr. Watts.
All right, so yes,
likewise.
We are taking the job. So people pay attention, listen to this very well.
Good night, Ansel. This is Didi. Listen to me. Siobhan, I telling you, that man was a real brave man. Because my little sister was not easy. Okay? She played off nice. She said, she was very strong-minded, or Siobhan probably said she's very strong-minded. If again she's strong, she's not just strong-minded, she was good stubborn back then. But of course, with age brings reason and wisdom. So I have grown to see my sister calm herself a little bit, right? And all joke and fun aside, I admire Siobhan and Kezia. As I say, Siobhan was very brave. He bite that bullet. He knew what he wanted. He knew what he saw in Kezia. And I mean, they're still going strong today, right? They have two very beautiful children, Ezekiel and Zuri. Siobhan is very resilient. All the talk Kezia talking, he's very resilient, because I look at Siobhan pursuing being an entrepreneur. That's not easy, with his job. That's not easy at all. But he does what is required to make his family work. And they are a very close knit family, very family oriented couple. So, I mean, where you see them, you see the children. Kizia has a job that takes a lot of her time, but I know that she tries very, very well to strike that balance to make sure that, she's also there for her family. So I love them very much. I say I go bust the files and things, but it's good files, it's not bad files. I love both of them. I know that when Siobhan first met me, he thought that I was completely crazy. And I mean, he had good reason to think so. I'll just leave that there. But I'm very happy that he's my brother. I always say this, I have two excellent brothers. I don't call them brother-in-laws. I call them brothers. If something goes wrong, I could call upon any one of them to assist me, and I know that they will be around.
Yes, man. I love it. I have to I feel I want to introduce this as part of Marriage Talk now. We start to get some files, and not only that.
And we have to be the first, right?
Yeah, of course. Y'all are pioneers. Trendsetters.
I said, what now? What are you, Didi? What the
Such a cold friends.
I think it's nice. I think it's nice to get persons to share, other than you guys sitting there and talking and sharing what you're sharing. It's nice to hear other people who may be observing you guys to share. So I think it's something that I will look into, and once we can fit it within the space, so that we could get some testimonials, man.
I want to say that we really appreciate you. Thank you so much for your kind words. They go a very long way, and yeah, we love you too, man.
And the key to a good marriage as well is having very good supportive family, and that's what my sister, my mom, and everybody, they are very supportive of us and his family as well.
Yeah, and that's the flip side of that is, once you have family who especially who had bad experience with marriage, oh gosh, they could be a pain. You understand? Yeah. So just be careful. Just be careful with how you share your stuff and the information. So it's just about 3 minutes before we wrap up. Well, it's supposed to wrap up, but because we have our own studio, I think that's really fresh. We could go longer than But but guys, I'm really thankful for the way that you shared. I think it was very easy. I am always concerned when people have to share their testimony or give advice or counsel or share anything that they try to go so deep that it just passes way over the person's head. But I think for anybody on the live right now, they would appreciate everything that was said. It's very straightforward. Rian says, Birkette. Alright, Kevin Phoenix. Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Birkette. Priceless Pearl says, there's nothing like a peaceful home. Not meaning there is nothing like a peaceful home, meaning that it doesn't exist. What she's saying is that there's nothing like it. Listen, when you fight the world out there and then you come home. So listen, if you are right now in a position where you're challenged, you can reach out to us. 789-5683. Again, we are not the one-stop shop, but reach out to somebody, and we are offering ourselves Marriage Talk TT. The phone is there. Message us, call us, and talk to us. Talk to somebody. You may be surprised at what may be causing this. You may be one thing that you just need adjustment with, but it's all about marriages. We really want to see marriages prosper. Speaking of which, I want to shout out the entire Marriage Can Work WhatsApp family. Have been with us since last year. March has been a great family, and I want to thank God for you guys. So guys, if you're in a position right now where you are, this COVID situation has even highlighted more of an issue at your home, and it's no longer a peaceful home, or it's worse than it was before. You have been trying, you don't know what to do, reach out to somebody and get help. The person that the first advice will be to leave your husband or leave your wife. Please be cautious of that person. But to anybody that would be willing to hear you out and be a third person to at least to be a mediator is helpful, because sometimes just two of you all bouncing as you know, you just need somebody to just be in the middle. Again, you can reach out to us at 789-5683. If you want to be part of the WhatsApp group, you can message us at 789-5683. We have the men's group and we have the ladies group, but just see which one you want to be a part of, or the general group, and reach out to us. My friend, is he asleep? Going to sleep and hearing him or her?
Oh, he was just there actually. He just brought a present for mommy in whispered tones. He said he could open it later.
Well, mommy had it touch because after all, I want to sleep. I mean, him at all. I thought he
No,
knocked out to
Ansel,
me.
watch
Good.
now.
She's a
It's a
boss.
magic show, you know?
Yeah, she's a boss. Guys, anything before we wrap up? And I want to ask you guys to pray. But before we actually get into that, anything at all you felt that you may have missed out, you want to share as we wrap up?
Two things I wanted to say, Ansel. Can I jump on our fast boy? When I mean, they are always anomalies to this thing, but I've realized that two people don't just get married; it's two families, and that family unit is very important. It's critical for the success of a marriage. As I said, there are always anomalies, but this is just our experience. Family is very important in terms of both sides. So you can't just I like you like me. Um, Spend time with each other, see how they interact with their family, and that will give you a good insight as to how they will deal with you. And the other thing that Ansel said when we started was that a lot of people tend to discard things rather than work with it. What has been helpful for me is that I don't just see my commitment to just to Kezia, not to sound spiritual or anything, but it's just what works for me. I can only share what works for me. My commitment was first to God. And her commitment was first to God. So it's not that she has an issue with me or she's breaking up with me, she's going to leave me. We both made a promise to God, and with the help of God, once we keep that, we would automatically remain together. So for me, that was one of the things I wanted to share.
And for me, I just want to personally say that answer what you and Purcell, this ministry is a blessing. And I really thank God for you guys that He has called you all for this season, for this ministry, because you all were made fit. You all are walking in your purpose. And I just pray that God continues to give you the strength, the perseverance, and the vigor that you all have and continue to have. And I just see you all truly blessed in Trinidad and Tobago and the wider international region with this ministry. And I think it's very, very, very critical and pivotal at a time like this and any time that we live in. And I just want to thank you guys for walking in your purpose and for saying yes to God, for walking in that purpose. And I pray that God blesses you all and continue to keep you all to fulfill this work.
We're receiving that for sure. As you mentioned, international is our desire to we have always been. That's why it's Marriage Talk TT. We want to hear Marriage Talk Guyana, Marriage Talk Jamaica, Marriage Talk India, Marriage Talk Pakistan, Marriage Talk Canada, Marriage Talk, right? So really, that's our desire, and it's only with God, because again, Chris and I, we are two human beings. We don't fight, we don't abuse each other and stuff like that, right? But we continue. It's a work in progress for us, and we love what we do. It could be tiring, to be honest. I may be real with you, because when you hear what other people are going through, it is a burden, and it could really break you. When you hear news, people you've been counseling, you're following up with, and a lot of that takes place behind the scene, and you hear feedback, and you're really praying, and we committing it, and then you would hear things just completely fall apart, but we wouldn't give it up for anything in the world. Carissa had an interview yesterday, and the person was talking to her about it, and she would share that it wasn't on her mind to do any marriage ministry like that. And I can understand at that time it was a cost factor to go into studio and pay for time, but before that, when it started on radio, I was not the best dude, still not, but I'm way better. So why would your wife support you to talk about marriage, and you understand? And you in a mess? All right, so thanks Kezi, thanks Siobhan, and to all those that continue to send us blessings, people that just bless us, just message us and say, we love what you guys doing, praying for us and all that. I say, listen, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Hey Solitaire, good evening. Marcia, when you are faithful to the Lord, this gives him the ability to work in and through your lives and marriages. So true. Great job, Ansel. So everybody on the live, I can't shout out everybody, but listen, we love all you, right? So thanks for the support. So guys, close us off in prayer, please.
Heavenly Father, give you thanks and praise for another day. Thank you for your goodness and your kindness towards us, Lord. I thank you that we are here and we could interact with each other like this. Lord, we lift all marriages to you right now. I pray that you continue to bless, to keep, to prosper, Lord. I pray that you will use marriages, Lord, to shine your light on this earth, Lord. Those who are intending on getting married, Father God, those who are going through a rough spot right now, ask you to restore, ask you to heal, Lord. And I ask you, Lord, to pour out your spirit and your presence, Lord. Bless this nation as a whole, Lord. Bless every household represented here. I pray that you continue to be our Jireh, Lord, our provider, Lord. Continue to cover us under your blood. Keep us safe and use us to be a blessing to others wherever and whenever we can. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Amen. So again, thank you guys. Thanks to the children for being so nice in the background. Thank you
boy.
guys.
Wow.
Thank you so much.
They
for
did
being
well.
a part.
They did
Yeah,
well.
you all need to reward them. You all need to reward them.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, you all need to
Thanks for
reward
having
them.
us, Ansel. I must say that, and thanks for everyone
Thank you so much. It was our pleasure.
who logged in tonight. Thank you for the encouraging words by everyone on the chats. We appreciate you guys, and as usual, we're still learning at everybody else, but we could all move together onward and forward.
Remember, guys, we're looking to raise that money. We want to get our generator. Listen, we could get our generator by weekend. We could get our generator by weekend to be able to deliver to that family, right? So message us at 789-5683, 789-5683, and we'll advise you as to how you can give. You can WhatsApp us. You could call us. You could message us on Facebook, Marriage Talk TT. Message us on Instagram, Marriage Talk TT, and let's get this done. Continue to share the live and share the page so that persons, even if you have family outside of Trinidad and Tobago, listen, I challenge you tonight, make that, as you come off the live tonight, make it your business to find at least 1 or 2 family members outside of Trinidad and Tobago and share the video with them, share the live with them, and share the page so that we can have a greater reach. So good evening to everybody. Have a blessed evening. Stay safe. It is now 10 past curfew time, so if by chance you are watching this on your phone and you are on the road, you better be essential or else we'll be reading about you, right? So again, it's COVID, lockdown and all that. Wherever it lies within you that you can give and be a blessing, please give to somebody. You don't need to give to any organ. You don't have to give through an organization. If that works for you, fine. But if you feel that a pack of flour or a bottle of oil, that goes a long way. So give, help where you can. Remember, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding, in all your ways acknowledge Him. He's guaranteed to direct your path. So we out. Yeah, my wife not here to say it tonight, so. All right, gotta big up Carissa, though. Continues to be a great support.
Yes.
All right, so have a great one and blessings. Until next time.
Blessings.
Have a good night, guys.
The Bible says, he that findeth a good thing, and it's so nice, we're making love, and there's no sin. Hello. I'll be there shortly. I'm a qualified and certified technician. Hey, her wifey call me on work on my office phone. Says she's needing me urgently at home. Is everything okay?
I just need you to get here.
Clearly to me she's feeling miserable, and I'm the only man on earth that can ease her trouble. So when this girl just start to malfunction, pick up the phone and call the technician.